life, sex, goals, and oh, hell knows, this is Midlife Cravings. What the fuck is up? My name is Adrienne Hollister, and I'm redefining midlife. Yeah, I know I'm only 39, and supposedly midlife is 50, but damn, I feel like this is some midlife shit that I'm going through. You spend your entire childhood in complete oblivion at the shitstorm called adulthood that awaits you. I see it in my daughter all the time. She's 8, and that girl literally gives no fucks, cares, or concerns other than what makes her happy. Must be nice, right? As you grow up, I feel like you start to lose that shit, and suddenly the world becomes super small. And everything in your life becomes stuffed into this little pressure cooker, and you are pressed to do all the things. I think it's best if I tell you how I grew up and a little bit about me so you can see where I'm coming from. I grew up in Greenbelt, Maryland, on the outskirts of DC in a teeny tiny little apartment. I can't say I didn't have a great childhood because I did have enough. And although we were broke, my childhood was relatively happy. It was around age 10 that I quickly realized that my father was an alcoholic, and the next teen years in my life were chaotic to say the least. I remember a defining moment in my life. My dad was hammered. He lost his shit because I left a light on in my bedroom, and he took that light and used it to smash shit around my room. I remember my mom was vacuuming it all up, and she looked at me and she said, "Why'd you get him started?" It was at that moment that I knew I would never find myself dependent on anyone, let alone a man. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing my mom. She dedicated her life and raised 3 really successful children. But that was a really big moment for me, and I really feel like it shaped who I am today. It's probably the reason why I have vulnerability issues too. Oh, and how I refuse to cry. Like ever. God, there's so many more episodes ahead where I can discuss all my fucking issues. So we'll move on to that shit later. I spent my entire life making, meeting, and exceeding goals. I swear to God, I spent my entire 20s in college, literally the entire fucking decade. I worked so hard to build a successful career. I also dated a bunch of assholes, and boy, did I have a lot of sex. I mean, so much sex, and I cannot wait to share a million stories with you. Finally, I got married, had a baby girl, created a successful social media business, paid off all my student loans. I mean, it was me in that goddamn pressure cooker doing all the things. Fast forward to 2020, I find myself divorced, and I earned that t-shirt. Let me tell you, I'm a single mom, currently in it's complicated relationship, and I'm thinking, holy fuck, now what? And whatever that what is, all I know is that I crave it. So yeah, this feels like a midlife something, a midlife craving. And that's got me thinking of all the things I crave right now. I crave stability, comfort, and that, oh shit, this is what I wanted to be when I grew up moment. I crave fun, wild times, all the action. I swear to God, the same shit that I did when I was 21. I crave sex, hot, hardcore, dominating motherfucking sex. I should probably mention that I am an absolute nympho. I have an insatiable appetite, and I'm going to be talking a lot about that. I crave beer, burgers, all the food and bad shit for me, except for my metabolism ain't having that life anymore. And I swear to God, I have to work out like 7 to 8 times a week just to break even. I crave honest, loyal, positive, and confident people in my life, and they're pretty hard to find. Did I mention I crave a lot of sex? Like a lot. So this is me right now. I have a pretty wild life. There's never a dull moment. I have never-ending stories to tell, and I'm here to share them all with you. I wanted to share the story that happened to me just last week. So I'm getting used to living alone again. I went to the gym, came home, made myself a piece of pumpkin pie for dinner because I can do that now. I was headed upstairs and I thought, oh fuck, it's trash night. So I go out to the garage, run the trash down to the curb. I'm thinking, hell yeah, did it. Boss bitch. And I realize my ass is locked out. So I sat on the stairs in my freezing cold garage, contemplating suicide for a good 10 minutes, and then thought about, just calling it a night and snuggling up next to the lawnmower. But then I just went and had this brainy idea to go door to door and ask my neighbors, knock, 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 hey, yeah, have I ever given you a key? Now imagine some girl in gym clothes, no jacket, I have no phone, knocking on your door asking if I have ever given you a key to my house before. But that shit worked. And finally at the top of the hill, I ran into a neighbor that I gave one to. So that was a win for me. And, this is where it gets funny for me, and this is who I am. Most people will come inside and call their family and say, oh my God, you guys won't believe what happened, but I made it, I'm safe. Or they'll come inside, take a hot shower, get warm, feel better. No, not me. I went and grabbed my favorite vibrator, which is Captain Morgan, the best. I'll talk a lot about him, and relieve some stress. Like, who does that? Fucking me. So that's how I ended my night there. And speaking of Captain, I have a hilarious story. We're living in this crazy COVID world, and my daughter goes to private school, so she's in-person learning. Thank God for that. And so I'm coming home from work. It's a long day, and I have the house to myself, which was super rare. And I'm like, yes, I get to spend some one-on-one time with Captain. Cannot fucking wait. Go upstairs, doing my thing. And my phone rings. So it says that it's her school. And I'm thinking, it's always a recording. It's probably something about drop off tomorrow. Let me just answer. So I answer, and it's the live school nurse. Hello? And my vibrator is like, burn. I swear it was so fucking loud. And I'm like, hi, yeah. And she's continuing to tell me that, somebody in my daughter's class is exposed, and, my daughter has to stay home for the next 2-3 days. And I'm like, okay, sure. I barely could put together a thought. I hang up the phone, first finish my business, of course. And I call my best friend, and I turn the vibrator on. And before I could even ask her, she's like, bitch, are you masturbating? I swear to God. I mean, these are the fucking things that I do that are so wild and out of control and taboo and things you shouldn't talk about within the world. But you know what? I'm here to fucking talk about it. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women out there just like me. So I want to talk about it. I want to hear from you too. Send me a DM. I'm at Midlife Craving on Instagram. Send me an email or ping me on my website, midlifecraving.com. If you're feeling this whole midlife shit too, and hey, maybe you can join me here.